Hey guys, this is Night Flame, and today, guys, I will be reviewing Archie vs. Predator issue number 1 of 4. Yeah, this is from Dark Horse. This is the Archie and Predator, not spin-off, but basically, what do you call this? It's a crossover. So, really cool plot. Let's see what I thought about this issue. So, the comic opens up with, the gang, Archie, not Reggie, Juggy, Jughead, and Veronica and Betty. They win this, basically trip to this, coastal islands where like all scary movies happen. So they win a trip, and these two guys, they're just like basically the rich kids, and they want to always be better than them. So they decide they're gonna go too. So everybody goes, and we see some cool interactions. We see Betty and Veronica talk. The art is really Archie, like regular Archie series, and it's just all out fun jokes, just a fun issue. And then all of a sudden, you just see this like kind of like shooting star come down, and it's not really a shooting star; it's the Predator ship, and people think it's a shooting star, and they wish for things, and yeah, it's not a shooting star though. So they're wishing. But the next day, after the day they landed, the next day, there's this best dress contest to see who's gonna land in the yearbook. You know how they do those, best dressed of this class. So, everybody is gonna kind of put on a fashion show, all the girls, and the guys are gonna decide who is the best dressed. Obviously, Veronica, she really wants this award. So we see that in this issue, she dresses really, I guess you can say in a way, not slutty, but she's kind of exposing some parts. So, not really all the parts, but she's exposing skin, let's say skin. So she does that, and Betty just feels jealous because Veronica is getting Archie's attention. So this girl, I think her name is, I forgot her, Cheryl, she tells Betty that she's gonna give her some, really cool clothing that's gonna make her win the best dress contest. At first, Betty doesn't want to, but then when Cheryl is, if you don't wear this clothing, Veronica's gonna get Archie. So she ends up doing it, and she ends up winning the fashion show. And she gets in a fight with Veronica because Veronica just feels like she's been betrayed by her best friend. Her best friend just took what she wanted the most, and they begin to fight. And Veronica slaps Betty, and Archie accidentally trips over both of them. But he feels bad for Veronica, so he kisses Veronica, and Betty she has a bloody nose because of the slap, so she leaves and she gets into this weird cave. I don't know why, and she just picks up this knife and she drops it, but it accidentally drops in her skirt, and it doesn't hurt her, and she doesn't even feel it. But Cheryl and her brother end up looking for that same cave. I'm not sure why, but we see that throughout the issue. Predator is watching. I mean, Alien. I mean, Archie versus Predator. Yeah, Archie. I mean, Predator. So, Cheryl and her brother, they wanted to get into this cave that Betty found, and like I said, Predator was watching. So the gang ends up looking for Betty because Betty ran away into the jungle. If I'm not making any sense, what basically happened? Let's do a small recap before we get into furthermore in the story. Best dress contest, Veronica was gonna win. Betty came in and she won, and then there was a fight between both of them, and Veronica felt betrayed because Betty got help from Cheryl, which is Veronica's enemy, in order to win this competition. So she slaps Betty, and Betty gets a bloody nose. She runs into this jungle, and she gets into this cave, and this cave was what Cheryl and her brother were looking at because there's treasure in, and they want to sell the treasure. So they also look for this cave, but they never find it. And the gang looks for Betty in the jungle because they're worried about her because they heard that there's tigers in the jungle. So they look for her, and they end up fighting her, and there's like blood just dripping on them, and they don't even notice, which is weird. They don't even say anything. And we end up finding out, not them but us, that Cheryl and her brother got killed by Predator, and that he's probably gonna look for the Archie and the gang next. So we end up finding out that Archie and the gang end up leaving this island because they didn't have a fun experience, and Betty finds that the knife which she dropped is stuck to her skirt, and she freaks out a little. And at the end of the issue, they eat at Pops. Is that what it's called? Pops. They eat at Pops, and yeah, Betty is worried, but it seems like Predator really wants to kill Veronica next. So, what did I think about this issue? I thought it was a little ridiculous. To be honest, it was ridiculous. Um, it's just really ridiculous. I thought it was gonna be like Archie, Afterlife with Archie. That thing is like, to be honest, is really interesting. It's like The Walking Dead. It's just really, it's serious. It's not ridiculous. I feel like this was ridiculous. But I think it fit this book. If it was zombies, I think it would be a little weird. But I think this actually fit. The ridiculousness, like, dripping blood on them, and they're not even noticing, or like Betty, not noticing that she had a knife in her, skirt. It just seems like something cartoons would do, and this is basically Archie. The art fits the tone exactly. Like, if it was a serious art and we had the same story, I would completely hate it because like they're not noticing the blood dripping and stuff. But this art just gives them a sense of cluelessness and just innocence to the characters. So I like this. I thought it was a fun, interesting story about how it may be Betty's fault that Veronica might die next, or Jughead, or somebody from the gang, because she's the one who never returned that knife. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I like this issue. I like that ridiculousness of it. It's not a really serious thing to take in consideration. Like, oh yeah, um, obviously, like I said, ridiculous things happen, like the blood, especially that blood scene. Like, blood is dripping on them and they're not even noticing. But I think it fits the art. I just, it fits Archie books, and it doesn't have this gory feel to it. It doesn't feel like, oh my god, there's blood everywhere. People's spines are being taken out. We saw a little page, but that was it. I like this issue. I like this whole premise of it. We'll see what happens. Maybe next issue it will get more a little violent. But this issue I thought was interesting. It was fun. Even though it's a little ridiculous, I think it fits the book. So I gave Archie vs Predator an 8.5, and I think you guys should pick it up. It was a fun issue, and maybe a crossover you will never see again. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.